stage. Give it up for Josh. Thanks for sticking around.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Cool.
Right home, everybody. Yeah. All right, coming to the stage next, comedian from Madison. Give it up for Antonio Aguilar. Let me hear you guys.
Damn, you guys are talking a lot. You must be very excited to see me. Thank you for coming out. It's good to see my fans out in the front row. So I drink before I do anything really. Like the only thing I do sober is drink. Man, right? You feel me? Yeah, man. I never did Alcoholics Anonymous. I have done Anonymous Alcoholics. Yeah. That's where you get real drunk, right? You go out, you don't tell anyone your name. More of a two-step plan. We're all too drunk for that joke, apparently. That's good, that's fine. Speaking of drunks, I was in Rockford. And Rockford voted Taco Bell best Mexican restaurant. No es bueno. And it's no está bien is actually the correct Spanish, but thanks for trying to participate. The thing about Taco Bell's alright, right? It was close, but Taco Bell's alright, like when you're done getting drunk and you're ready to get sick, right? That's Taco Bell. The Taco Bell by my apartment, they remodeled it to make it look more authentic, make it look like it's actually in Mexico. They gave the security guard a machine gun. Now it's just like Mexico, very dangerous Taco Bell. Mexico's very dangerous. You don't want to go to Mexico. They did the Real World in Mexico. Remember the Real World on MTV? But they didn't do it in real Mexico, they did it in Cancun. Imagine if they would have done it in like Juarez. 7 strangers picked up and thrown into a van. Find out what happens when the kidnappers stop being polite. Start getting real, it's the Real World. Juarez, it's like 15 minutes long, you like don't want to look it up, it's not a good idea for a show. I wish they would never have made that. 15 minutes, yeah, it's terrible, don't watch that, it's terrible. Speaking of Latino kidnappers, I was in Cleveland. And Cleveland, I wasn't prepared for Cleveland because they don't have any Mexicans in Cleveland. And I checked, I went to Applebee's. I looked in the kitchen. They don't believe in Mexicans in Cleveland. Apparently they don't exist there. And I did that joke, and this lady in the front row, she goes, "Hey, we got some." And I looked it up, I Googled it. There are 3,000 Mexicans in Cleveland. That's like 4 picnics. That's not a lot of Mexicans. My friend's from a small town, she said she was at a party, there were a lot of Mexicans there. I was like, okay, Brittany, how many Mexicans is a lot of Mexicans to you? She said there were 9 Mexicans there. Like, 9 Mexicans, that's not a lot of Mexicans. That's like an average amount of Mexicans. That's not even a sedan full. Even a smart car is worth, really, that's not... I'm actually half white, half Hispanic, so you can call me a honky, just don't pronounce the H. She said it right away, she's like, I can call him a honky, honky! You gotta spell it with a J though, because of the Spanish being, she likes saying it, she's like, drinks out over here. And she's white, so I mean, I think are you talking to your husband? What's going on over here? Just, it's okay to laugh, that's why we're here, right? But I speak Spanish, which means I'm like 3 bong hits away from understanding Portuguese. That's actually fantastic and proven. That's how you learn Portuguese. Just some advice. Rosetta Stone, Rosetta Stoned. Buona festa, molto bene. Anyone else smoke weed? Anyone else? Little bit? Little bit? Because his boss right there is like, yeah, man, just at Subway when we're slow. Just it. Just when we're slow. Am I right? Working Subway? I can't even see him. That's not even nice, man. I got a real job, 9 to 5. All right, but I think that waking and baking would be a lot less acceptable if it didn't rhyme. That's really catchy, right? You wakes up 6 a.m. You're like, hey, man, why are you up so early? I'm just gonna wake and bake. Cool, whatever, do you. Live your life. It's a lot different. It's a lot different though at 6 a.m. You're like, hey man, why are you up so early? Oh, I'm just gonna start my day off with drugs. Like, damn, Keith, don't you have a job, man? That sounds like a terrible idea. Maybe you should just wake and bake. Maybe just consider waking and baking. It's a lot better decision. You gotta make rent this month for once. Fucking stoner, but Congress is debating whether or not we should drug test people on unemployment. I think that sounds fair. Maybe that's why you're unemployed, right? But what I don't think is fair is that we drug test people that have jobs. Because if you're stoned out of your mind at work, you're doing a great job, nobody can tell, good for you. That's awesome, you're living a dream, right? I think if anything, we should drug test everyone at the workplace. Whoever is on the most drugs gets a promotion. Because they're obviously not being challenged enough. Wait a second, you're saying Tim's been bagging groceries this whole time on PCP? That is amazing! He's gonna be our next manager. Tim, get in my office, man. You got a future. Timmy, is it? Maybe it is Timmy. Yeah. They don't need me anymore. They're deciding what they're gonna do for the night. It's gonna be Timmy all night at the bars. Watch over these guys. All right, no, you got. All right, I don't know. I got like 30 seconds left. Everyone's at we go to the public library, also known as the right, the homeless internet oasis, right? Sorry to hear about that, man. No, but a lot of homeless people are on Facebook, right? What are you doing on Facebook, homeless people? Were you poking people for food? Like, hey man, can I get a sandwich, man? Poked you, man, like 3 times, few bucks maybe. Joining groups for warmth. Like, it's cold outside. I like everything. Miley Cyrus, Led Zeppelin, corn dogs. Join groups. It's cold out. What's your status update? Homeless? I'm not gonna like that. I'm gonna share it. I'll share it. All right, my friend's homeless. I gotta unfriend them because that's depressing. You guys still laughing. You guys have been great. Thank you very much for all your attention. Get your host back up here, Josh. Give it up for all the comedy team so far tonight.
All right, give it up for Antonio, everybody. All right, we got one comic left. He's originally from Milwaukee.